Hello students. So today let's start with new poem 4 Shivi. Ask yourself and your partner that do you always like to be told that you should do this, you should not do this? Or do grown-ups or do older people always do this? So this is the story. When Michael was 5 years old, his mother took him to the nearby school for admission. The teacher asked, "What does your mother call you at home, child?" And the child confidently replied that Michael, don't. So that's how his mother used to call him every time that Michael, don't do this, Michael, don't do that. So the child said, because child only knew that his name was Michael don't, because his mother always said that Michael don't, Michael don't. So here to Shivi is to nag someone, don't do this, don't do this. Always telling someone about doing something particular thing. To continuously urge someone to do something, often in an annoying way. Yes, to nag is to saying someone uh, to do something, or that is often said in annoying way. So here if I talk about this poem, the poem Chivi centers its idea in the nature or the instructional relations between children and their parents. It presents the puzzle of parents instructing children on what to do, how to do it while they are young without giving a chance for decision making to their children. And the same parents are then seen too complaining about the dependence of their now grown up children. Then their parents complain that even if their children are grown up, they completely depend on their parents. The grown up children now fully depend on the parents because in their childhood they were not given chance to make their decisions on their own. Okay, so let's start. Grown ups say things like, "Speak up, don't talk with your mouth full, don't stare, don't point, don't pick your nose." So, grown ups always say things like, "Oh, speak up, whatever problem you have, you speak up. Don't talk with your mouth full. If you have some food in your mouth, then don't talk. First, chew your food and then speak. Then, don't stare at us, don't keep looking at us, don't point your fingers, or don't like say towards a particular thing. Don't pick your nose, don't always interfere whenever your parents or two grown-ups are talking." So they always instruct us like this: sit up, say please, less noise, shut the door behind you, don't drag your feet, haven't you got a hanky, take your hands out of your pockets. So here they say, parents say us that sit up, or say whatever you want to say, don't make noise or make less noise. Whenever you go, leave the door behind you, don't drag your feet, like whenever you walk, don't drag your feet, always pick up and then drop it, never drag your feet. Or then they tell you in an annoying way that you haven't got a hanky, you haven't got your handkerchief with you, then don't keep your hands in the pockets, take out your hands out of pockets. So they always keep us telling about the things. They tell us, pull your socks up, stand up straight, say thank you, don't interrupt. No one thinks you are funny. Take your elbows off the table. So they always instruct us with one thing or the other every time, like pull your socks up, that is dress properly, stand up straight, you should be representable in front of someone. Whenever someone gives you, say thank you, don't interrupt whenever someone is talking, don't interrupt. And then if you try to be funny, then they'll say that no one thinks you are funny, behave yourself. Then don't keep your elbows on the table, keep your elbows off the table. So they always instruct us one thing or the other each and every time. Then the author is asking, can't you make your own mind up about anything? So he is questioning that, can't you make your own mind? Can't you decide yourself about anything? Do you have that decision making power in you? Do they give you the rights to make decisions? So that is how the poet is trying to tell us here about how some things we find annoying being a children, and how parents tells us to do something or the other particularly. So this poem is written by Michael Rusin. I hope you have understood the poem. Just go through the poem once again and write down the words whichever you find difficult in your notebook. Thank you.